Hello there. I'm Jennifer Keller, and I am a company vice president with Park Lane Jewelry. And I want to be one of the first to welcome you not only to Park Lane, but especially to our team Sparkle. You have made an excellent decision to join our team and Park Lane, and I believe if you let it, this business can do so much for you. It can give you income, it can give you financial freedom, it can give you opportunities to promote, to earn trips, a Mercedes, grow your confidence, make new friends, and you can earn a ton of free jewelry. So I hope you're excited because this can be an amazing journey if you let it. So my goal with this video is just to tell you a little bit about Park Lane and kind of an overview on how some of their programs work. First, I want to just talk about our back office. So we use the term back office and front office. Front office is when a customer goes to your website that you've given her or your shopping link that you've given her, and she places an order. The back office is where you sign in as a stylist. You put in your email, you put in your password, and now you can see all your orders. You can see all your sales. You can look at reports. All those different things are in the back office. So when you're in the back office, you will find a button at the top called Field Interface. That kind of leads you to any of the forms you might need. There's the list of what is currently back ordered, currently on stop sell. So that's kind of your ticket, I guess, into really the back office part. So make sure you check that out. Just a little bit too about Park Lane, in case you aren't familiar with us, is Park Lane just celebrated their 68th birthday. And they were started back in 1955 by a couple, Arthur and Shirley Levine, who just had a vision for this business and created it, I think, when they were still in their teens. Now, Shirley is still with us. Arthur has passed on. But in 2002, Arthur and Shirley sold the business to their three sons. And you're going to hear these names. So I just want to tell you a little bit about who they are. So when you hear them, you can know what they do with the company. So the first one is Mark. And Mark is our inventory. He's our warehouse guy. He's the one responsible for getting the jewelry to the customer. So he's very important. The second one is Arthur. And he's the one that basically writes your checks. So he is also important. He does all the financial stuff with Park Lane. If you email commissions and have a question on anything to do with money, he is probably the one that will respond. And then there's Scott Levine. And Scott Levine is the face of Park Lane. He's our CEO. He's the one that you're going to see front and center in our Sparkle conventions, on our trips. And he loves to get to know the field. So feel free to Facebook friend request him. He will definitely respond positively to that. Then with Park Lane, something that might be different for you is our commissions weeks close weekly, not monthly. So for example, anything that is submitted by Wednesday at midnight Central Time is counted for that week, and that's what you will get paid on. So submit by Wednesday. On Friday, you can see on your website, you can look under commissions and see what your direct deposit will be. And then that usually hits your bank on the following Tuesday. Now, for you to get paid on orders, it either has to be an individual order submitted directly to Park Lane without being attached to a party, or it has to be a party that you've closed. So if you've got some parties still sitting on your website, maybe the hostess is still making up her mind, maybe she's still collecting some orders, maybe you have a party there that you're still collecting orders, trying to get to your 10, you will not get paid on that until that party is submitted. And really, we only want to submit parties. You never want to have an individual order, because if you have an individual order, it should probably be attached to a hostess, or if it's just someone, picking out a piece of jewelry or purchasing a necklace, you want that to be on a party for you. So we always want to have a party open so that we can just put all those random orders on that party, wait till you get to 10, submit it, collect your $400 in free jewelry, and open a new party. Now, because the accounting weeks close on Wednesday, that means that our accounting month also closes on Wednesdays. And that's not usually like the 30th or the 31st of the month. Like this month, it's August, and the last Wednesday of the month is August 30th. So in Park Lane's world, September will start on Thursday, August 31st. And, you just kind of want to make it a general rule that you submit everything you have by Wednesday so that you can get paid, so that everybody gets their jewelry quicker. And then for sure, submit everything by the last Wednesday of the month so that you can start the new month fresh. Let's see here. What else? The other things I want to talk about is how you get your information. So Park Lane moves quickly. You're not going to feel overwhelmed, but you could feel overwhelmed. And the way you kind of keep from being overwhelmed is two places to look. First, on Thursday, Park Lane comes out with an email they call the Loop, keeping you in the loop of everything that's going on with them. Thursdays is typically when their promotions change, their specials change. They might have new style drops that come out. So look for that email on Thursday morning. The other place to look is in our Team Sparkle Facebook group. Every Thursday, I update the banner and put deadlines as far as what's going on with Park Lane and what's going on with our Team Sparkle. So if you ever feel a little bit lost, those are the two places that you want to check. Also, on the first week of the month, Park Lane comes out with a Style Boss News. This will be on the top of your Loop email. It's only monthly, but it's just a little bit more detail than what the Loop provides. So make sure you look for that too. Now in Park Lane, we have three objectives, right? Our objectives are to sell, to book, and to recruit. So let's talk about selling first. I think one of the most brilliant marketing strategies I have ever seen in a company is Park Lane's buy two, get four at half price sale. And you probably know this, but when you purchase 2 items at full price, you can get 4 items at half price. And the 2 at full price are always the least expensive. Now, at my parties, I generally say that twice because people are not used to it working that way, right? They expect the, most expensive things to be half price. But what it does for us as a stylist is it really helps you provide amazing customer service because you're helping her get the best deal. Plus, you get paid your commission on the full price and the half price. So we love that. Now, on top of the customer sale, they also have bonuses, and the bonuses can change weekly. The typical one is if a customer purchases 90, she can get any item up to 200 for $30. That's the kind of the standard bonus. Sometimes they double that, sometimes they tweak that a little bit, but that's kind of the standard one. Now, what I like to do is I like to encourage my customers to do the 6-pack first. I don't want to confuse them. I don't want to give them too many options. I certainly don't want to tell them to build their cart to 90 and then they get a bonus, because then what happens is a lot of times they build their cart to 90 and they stop. So at my parties, I will ask them to do a wish list. I will do a drawing when I get 6 wish lists, and I will tell them at the beginning of my party, write down everything you love. And then when you're ready, circle your top 7 or 8, depending on how the bonuses work. And then I will put those in the right place for her. The website automatically takes the 2 least expensive as the full price. And then you have to put in the bonus. So make sure you watch that video here that talks about how to create a cart so that you can know how to do that correctly for your launch party and the parties that follow. But so when I send her back her cart, it will put the most I will put the most expensive one in as that bonus. So that's why I want her to send me a cart of 7 items, because they are blown away with how much money they are saving when they max out that cart. Now, Park Lane has a great guarantee on their jewelry as well, too. So what their guarantee is, if a customer has any problem, customer or you, has any problem in the first 4 months, Park Lane will replace that free. It does not matter what happened to it. They could have dropped it. They could have run over it. Their child could have yanked it off their neck. It doesn't matter. Park Lane doesn't care. You can direct them to fill out that exchange form themselves. They just have to go to parklanejewelry.com/guarantee. And as long as they know their order number, I usually give the customer the order number, they can do the whole exchange by themselves. They send the piece in, and then Park Lane will send them back a new piece or the correct piece. The only time I generally do that exchange for a customer is if I have made the mistake. Then I do everything for her, pay for the postage, and send it back to Park Lane because it was my mistake. If she changes her mind, or she's getting a different ring size, or she broke something, I let her send that back to Park Lane, and they will send her her new piece. Now, in the rare time that someone actually wants a refund, I think in my 2.5 years, I've only refunded maybe 3 times. Most people do an exchange, but if they want a refund, they follow the same process. They send it back to Park Lane, and then Park Lane deducts that from your commission check the following week. And they have 30 days to do an exchange. 4 months to do an exchange, 30 days to do a refund. Okay, in Park Lane, you're going to hear a lot of lingo. We throw out terms that sometimes we forget not everybody who hasn't been in direct sales understands. And one that you hear a lot is net and non. Net sales are anything that is paid in full or half price. And that is what we get paid our commission on. Non-sales is everything else. So that's your sparkle box, your style drops, your bonuses, and we do not get paid commission on the non, but it does count for all the contests, promotions, Mercedes, the trips, all the non counts towards that. So it's still a very important part of our business. And what I love is that unless it's a sparkle box, customers cannot take advantage of the non, like the bonus or the style drop, without spending net first. So generally, unless it's a sparkle box, you get paid on every single sale. Now, I get asked a lot, how do you keep your business going? What's going to keep this momentum building? And I think it's the hostess plan for sure. And I love that we have such a generous hostess plan. So these bookings, they are going to be the lifeline of your business. So let me explain how that works. First, the hostess gets $20 in free jewelry for each order she gets up to 10. Now, when she has 10 orders, it doubles to $40 an order, and she gets $400 in jewelry. So if she has 9 orders, she gets $180. If she has 10 orders, she gets $400. When I explain that to hostesses and I say, how many orders would you like? They always say 10. So my goal is to help every hostess have a perfect 10 party if possible. And there's a lot on our boards under host coaching. You can see step by step how to do it. But the bottom line is if you're doing a Facebook party, you want as many people watching live as possible. And I tell my hostesses, to get the perfect 10 party, you want 15 people watching live. To get 15 people watching live, your goal is 30 people in the group. So that's what I'm always trying to encourage her to get to, 30 people in the group. Now, in addition to the free jewelry, she can get 4 items at half price. She can get a bonus of any piece up to $200 for just $30, so she doesn't have to use her free credit on some of those more expensive items. And then when her friends book parties, she gets that same $30 bonus at their party with any purchase. She doesn't have to do the $90 minimum. So again, that's what keeps her going to her friends' parties. That gives her credit. So when you're asking someone about having a party, you can say, if we can pencil in a date, then I can give Monica credit. And that's what she gets, is that bonus. Now, when you submit the parties, there is a fee for you to give the hostess her free jewelry. And I'm going to explain it, but then once I explain it, I wouldn't even think about it. I never think about it because sometimes I have to pay it. Sometimes I don't. I just don't even think about it. But how it works is if you are giving the hostess less than $80 free, it will cost you $7. If you're giving her greater than $80 free, it will cost you $9. Now, there is a way this gets waived is if you have 150 in non-sales on that order, then Park Lane waives that fee. And that fee comes out of not when you submit the order, but out of your weekly commissions. So kind of file that in the back of your head. But again, I wouldn't even worry about it. I mean, if it happens, it's just kind of a cost to give her your jewelry. And if it doesn't happen, it's because you've had some great non-sales. There's also 2 other things you can offer the hostess, and that is our Fast 50s. Fast 50s is a $50 bonus that you can offer each hostess. You have 2 of them to use with each hostess. And what I love is you can use them however you want. And each one that you use costs you $10. But because for hostess to get any benefits at all, the net sales have to be at least $300. There's no way you're going to lose money to offer them. And it is a great incentive. So for example, I might tell a hostess, or I might tell customers at a party, I just have 2 dates available. And if you can take the first one, I'll give you an extra $50 in free jewelry. Or I might say to the hostess, if you can get me a booking before I even get to your party, I'll give you an extra $50 in jewelry. Or I might, if I'm really desperate, I might say, if you can do a party next week, I'll give you $100 in jewelry. So you can use those however you want to, and you don't have to use them. When your calendar gets so full that you don't need to offer additional incentives, don't offer it. But it usually helps to just get a little bit more on your calendar. All right, so we talked a little bit about sales, a little bit about booking. Let's talk about recruiting. Now, one of the unique things about Park Lane is they have a direct appoint program. And what that is if you have previous experience in direct sales in a leadership position, Park Lane oftentimes recognizes that, and you have the opportunity to be brought in at a higher level. Now, if you've never done direct sales before, you start at that 30%, but we are really successful at helping stylists get qualified and promoting to branch very quickly if you want to. And that promotion to branch gives you a 5% raise to 35%. It never goes away. The only place to go in Park Lane is up. But again, going back to that direct appoint program, if you know someone who has previous direct sales experience, you can earn a 2% commission on them and their team for the rest of your life by referring them to Park Lane. So always keep your eyes and ears open to someone who maybe did direct sales in the past, or maybe someone who's just not happy with where they're at, or maybe someone who wants to add another stream of income in, because there are people on our team who do multiple direct sales at the same time. Your best prospect, though, is always your hostess. And what I try and do with every hostess when I'm wrapping up her party is I will say to her, would you ever consider doing something like this? And if she says yes, or maybe, or I don't know, we might have a conversation. And if it's a good fit for her, I can flip her party. I can just check a box on the first page, and then that party becomes hers. She gets the profits. Hopefully she gets qualified from that. And now she's a new stylist on your team. Now, what I don't do is when I have a great party, I don't say, hey, Angie, your party was, I just had this happen actually. Your party was $2,000. If you become a stylist, you get all the profit. I would never give someone the profit and turn her into a stylist unless she wants to work the business. We don't want kidnappers. We don't want people that just join to get the discount, because that does not work out well for anyone. For you, for her, we don't want kidnappers. So, and then maybe you came in, you're thinking, well, I just want to sell the jewelry. I don't want to build a team. And that's fine. Recruiting is totally optional, but I encourage you to keep an open mind to it, because one, it does provide a second stream of income, but even more importantly, it gives you the opportunity to show someone else how to do this, how to help them meet their goals, how to help them have another stream of income. So definitely keep your eyes and mind open to the possibility of recruiting. Okay, one thing that our team is very successful with is we have a high success rate of qualified stylists. And what a qualified stylist means is that you have sold $1,000 in net and non in your first 5 weeks. A lot of times that happens with your launch party. If it doesn't happen with your launch party, we generally encourage you to leave that open until you have 10 orders, right? So you can get the $400 in free jewelry and the $1,000 in net and non, so you can become qualified. Now, people ask me, well, what happens if I don't? Nothing. Park Lane police do not come and take your jewelry. It's perfectly fine. But going forward, if you want to promote, earn the trips, earn the Mercedes, you have to have qualified stylists. That's just how it's built. So it's great if you can do it yourself and then do the same thing with the stylist that you bring on your team. And your leader will help you. We have kind of a unspoken rule, well, maybe it's actually spoken, on our team that a division leader or higher will help you launch all new stylists. So don't be afraid of recruiting because you're brand new, because you do not have to do this on your own. We will definitely come through and help you. Okay. And then, just a couple things about our team as I wrap this up. The mission statement for our team is to empower others to build a business with purpose. So every decision we make as a team with our leadership, we try and filter it through that statement. So if it's not going to empower you, build a business, or have a purpose, we're not going to do it, right? We want to make that clear to everyone that is our mission statement. And as you kind of get started with our team, I just want to encourage you to plug in. There's a couple Facebook groups with Park Lane that you can join. You can join the Park Lane Worldwide Graphics, which gives invitation ideas. You can make sure you join the Park Lane Stylist community. That's where they put all their announcements and any new things that happen. And then, of course, our Team Sparkle Facebook page, which you're already probably in. And then we have a Park Lane Sparkle Live Facebook group where every Sunday one leader shares how Park Lane works. So that's a great place to invite guests to hear a little bit more about Park Lane. And then to wrap this up, again, I just want to encourage you to stay connected. We have huddles every Friday morning at 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern on Zoom. We stream them into Facebook. We always record them, but that is a great place to get just some short training on how to move your business forward. We try and do our very best to keep them to about 30 minutes so it doesn't take too much of your time, but we'd love to see you there. And then make sure we're Facebook friends. Look me up on Facebook. Request me if we're not there, if we're not friends already, because this is my full-time job. I am here to help you. I am here to serve you. So never, ever be afraid to reach out to ask for help. Send me a text, send me an email, send me a Facebook message. I promise I will respond. But I am really, really glad you're here. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Can't wait to see your success here in Park Lane and with our Team Sparkle.